Hello, my name is Paul Piskosz and I am pre-sales engineer at Storware. Welcome to another episode of Storware Academy. Today we will be talking about very important things such as disaster recovery procedure. Stay tuned. Before we go forward with our simulation of disaster recovery, let's briefly look on our architecture and what Storware backup and recovery can do. Here you can see on the left side, of course, protected platforms divided into several sections, such as virtual machines, containers, cloud resources, storage providers, application, endpoint, and OS agent. This is a platform which Storware backup and recovery can protect. On the other hand, you can easily see the backup destination, so the places where you can store and save your backups, also divided into several sections, such as object storages, file system, tapes, and enterprise backup providers. Now, let me take you for a detail level architecture. I know a lot is going on here on the slide, so let me briefly describe what you can see over there. Let's start with the middle. Here is a Storware backup and recovery server. Let's call it the heart. Here, administrator is using the web UI to manage to task schedule and to monitor tasks which are executed through the API by a node. Node, basically speaking, is the worker. Their job is pretty simple. Correct to the hypervisor of your choice, protect data, store that data in his temporary staging space, and thanks to backup provider integration, push that data directly to the backup destination provider. But if you look closely in the middle, Storware also contains one very important in our presentation element: database. Database contains whole configuration and whole metadata of the backups. This part is very crucial and very important if something wrong happens with our infrastructure. Basically speaking, job is pretty simple. Protect database, and if something wrong happens, create another instance of Storware backup and recovery. For example, in disaster recovery center, install Storware from scratch and replace that databases. You will achieve at the end the same configuration and access to your metadata. That allows you to use the recovery plans to restore whole infrastructure thanks to one click. So to simulate today today problem which we need to solve during this academy, I prepared simple diagram. On the left you can see a production center where I will be using SXI as my hypervisor, one instance of Storware backup and recovery, server and node, and also one backup destination. On the other hand, the disaster recovery, here I also prepared another instance of Storware backup and recovery, typical, simple, new, without any settings there, even without the license. And also there will be the SXI number 2, which will be will be used as our disaster recovery virtualization platform. Also, I will be simulating replication between storages. That's at the end. We should receive access to our data, of course, on a replicate storage, and we should be able to restore whole environment from the scratch thanks to Storware backup and recovery. So, guys, this is a theory. Now, let's jump directly to our web UI and see together how Storware backup and recovery works in practice. Okay, so together, let's look at what we have here. Let me log in into Storware backup and recovery web UI. Currently, I'm using the version 6.0.33, and as you can see, typical dashboard. And look closely on the right top corner. Internal database is not protected. The red dot is directly here. We will back to this subject shortly. So, here I have two separate hypervisors. One with the 13 hosts inside, it will be simulating my primary production center. And also the second one, also the single SXE host with just only 2 virtual machines inside. This will be my disaster recovery center. Okay, so closely and quickly look on the backup SLA. So one SLA here, one virtual machine, so one test subject which will be representing the whole environment is here, is already protected, and I using a synthetic file system with that retention settings for the 30 days and 10 copy inside, and also two separate schedules, one for the full backups and second for the incremental backups. Okay, so Storware allow you to create disaster recovery, to be prepared for the disaster. So let's try to create the disaster recovery plans together. Okay, as you can see in disaster recovery plans tab, currently my plans are empty. So create, let's name our disaster recovery plan. Save. Okay, as you can see, new policy appear and page or tab for the rules is currently empty. Let's add a rule together. We need to name our rule, disaster recovery rule. So okay, SXE, let's keep that disaster recovery rule active. And in virtual environment, here is the same list which you can see in the instance view. So all instances synchronized from both hypervisor. Let me find my test subject. So CentOS 8, okay, this one, perfect. And let me select it. And in the schedule tab, now you can choose. Because Storware allow you to use disaster recovery plans in 2 ways. One, on demand, if disaster happened. So basically be prepared for the disaster and execute whole plan in the 1 click. But also, thanks to the schedules which could be attached to the disaster recovery plan, you can use them to test if your backup is prepared. If your backup is done properly, because you are using the disaster recovery plans to automate restore your backups. And at the end, backup admin, of course, receive only the information if the backup is done properly and the restore is performed also without errors. In our scenario, I will keep the schedule empty, and here in the disaster recovery restore parameters, administrator has only 2 options. Which copy will be restored? Last copy, so the last successful copy from the backup, or last copy, doesn't matter if the copy is finished with the success or with the fail. I suggest use this to test your backup periodically, but also and this one if you want to create a good disaster recovery policy. We will be trying to restore our virtual machine to the hypervisor, and I should simulate the disaster. So from the SXE number 1 to SXE number 2. Okay, I can choose now the data store. I can easily customize network in the new created virtual machine in my disaster recovery center. And here I have few options. Name. I can auto-generate that name with adding the prefix and suffix. I can keep original name, and here small hint for you guys. If you want to use disaster recovery to test your backup, I advise you, for example, to use the auto-generate name and add some prefix and suffix, and then use option delete if machine already exists. Because every time when we'll be trying to restore that machine from the backup destination, we will be replacing the older one which exists on the hypervisor. In our scenario, I will be using original name with the timestamp. Okay. Now in that scenario, I also will keep delete if machine already exists disable. Okay, quick look on the disk allocation, so the fin provisioning, and now I can choose a power on or power off after restoration. For our test, let's turn off that option. Okay, let's save it. And let's save the whole policy. Okay, so now in disaster recovery tab, new policy appeared. And as I said, I can execute whole disaster recovery policy in one click. As you can see, restore task has been queued. So now I can see on the workflow console the live progress in this task. Okay, as you can see, our task is finished. So quickly, let's look on our disaster recovery side. If my machine is, it's here. So the timestamp is accurate. Okay, now we are prepared for the disaster. So one step is mandatory. Protect internal Storware database. You can do it directly from the configuration wizard. Just open it, go into internal database, so the step number 6, and finish the wizard. Wizard will guide you how to do it properly. Also, you can go directly here in the internal DB backup and customize all the settings which you need to protect your database. Or, like me, in this scenario, open Application tab. And here in the instance view, you can see already pre-prepared by Storware internal DB instance with already attached internal DB backup policy with the node configuration and with the proper execution command. As you can see, our backup is outdated, so we need to run that backup manually. But firstly, let's quickly look on the backup SLA here in this instance, in this application view. Is everything is all right over there? So yes, application internal DB is here and the backup SLA and as well the schedule is attached. Okay, so now I can run backup manually. Same story like in the disaster recovery scenario, and every task, doesn't matter if that's in the queue task which is currently running or like in my scenario finished, is available always for administrator. Doesn't matter where he is in the left Storware menu, and you as administrator can easily see a live progress of each task. Okay, so our database backup is almost finished. Okay, so our database backup is completed. So quickly, let's double check if everything is on site, on place. Yeah, so green dot is directly here, so that's good. And also, as you know, our protected instance is in the backup destination. Now we need to simulate disaster. For that, we'll do that. I will keep that simple. I prepared a different instance of Storware backup and recovery. Okay, let's quickly log in. And as you can see, this is totally clean, new, fresh instance, even without license. Okay, now what we need to do, what we need to simulate. We need to simulate replication between the storages. To do that, I will be basically copying that backup between our first backup destination to the second backup destination. And here should be two paths, one for the CentOS, okay, and second for our database. So let's start with the CentOS. Okay, I need to IP of my second instance. Okay, and let's locate that in the same place. So let's create a new path there. Okay. Okay, so our simulation of replication is completed. So now we need to just deliver that database also to our second instance of Storware backup and recovery. Okay, my location of the synthetic. Now we need to add application. Okay, and let's move it to our second instance. I think I will use the same path, so synthetic, and let's add up here. Okay. That was quick. So let's just double check on the second instance of Storware. Okay. So you can see the new path is here, synthetic is currently here, and also there should be, yeah, application and our vProtect data. So this is a simulation of the replication. Now we need to upload our old database to the new instance of Storware backup and recovery, so to the disaster recovery center. So basically we need to use gunzip and provide path where our database is. So here, and I use app over there, protect, staging, application, and this is our database. Now we need to use my SQL minus user root minus password, and our database is called vProtect. So we need to do it like that. Okay, before I execute that command, let me reopen once again our fresh, clean instance of Storware backup and recovery. Okay. As you can see behind the scenes, something is changed. So let's investigate that together. Okay, as you can see, this is the same configuration which we did on our production center. So yeah, there should be the same information about the instance, the same information about the hypervisors. As you can see, there is also same information about our backup destination, same usage of the backup destination. But now I can see there is some difficulties with a node. Our node is not operating. So the best way is to basically, let's check what is going on here. Okay, looks like the node is working properly, but it's not registered or the status is unknown. And okay. So let's try do that manually. I will basically register a node. So from my old configuration, I need to clean it and register the, something is going on behind the scenes. So let me click here, cancel that task. is scheduled. Okay, and let's try clean it again. Okay, and now let's try re-register that node to this new instance of Storware backup and recovery. Node name, node 1 or node 2, node 1, admin, and we need to provide the address of our server. In my instance, disaster recovery instance, I'm using node and the server, which are on the same virtual machine. So local host, I need to provide port and add API at the end. All right. Okay, now our node should be here. Perfect. Okay, the status is stop. That's good. Second part, run vprotect node configuration. Okay, configuration is finished. So now we need to start our node. Okay, let's check. Our node looks like it's running, but somehow it's not registered. Okay. Once again, let me try to restart the server, Storware server. Okay, server is restarted. All right. So quickly, let's refresh a page. Okay. Status is stop. Now I'm starting a node. And as you can see, our node is up and running. That's good. So one step before we execute a recovery plans. As you can see, I prepared almost everything. So restore the configuration, simulate the replication between the storages, and wrap up and running the both components, server and node. And as you can see, I forgot to upload the license. So yeah, let's quickly do that together. I prepared my license over there. Perfect. Quick look on the license agreement. Save. Next. I accept upload. Okay. Quick look on the main dashboard. And as you can see, my license is currently valid. So last step is to execute recovery plans. How to do it? Virtual environments. This is place, segment recovery plans. This is our already prepared disaster recovery. And simple as that. One click and execute a bunch of rules or bunch of policy, a bunch of virtual machine inside the rules, thanks to one click. Task, workflow console, and let's extend this one. Now, let's wait. Okay, first of two steps is finished, so the restore to the node. And as you can see, the progress of import is running. So let's wait together for the results. Okay, second part of the restore job import is completed. So now let's check together if our new virtual machine appear in our disaster recovery center. So that's all. Now you know how disaster recovery plans can work in Storware backup and recovery. Simple? Yeah. For other materials, please go to our website, storware.eu, and don't forget to find us on our social media. And thanks for watching. Bye!